Okay, I'm sure many of you have heard the saying, don't get bitten by the same dog twice, or fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So let me get with this online dating event that occurred. Now, um, so anyway, I met this guy online. If you guys watched any of my videos, you already know. And I reiterate it anytime, every time anyway, just for the new viewers. But normally when I meet people online, I text them and speak with them by phone for a few weeks just to see how they put sentences together, if they know what the hell they're talking about, what their hobbies are, what their interests are, how well they speak, that kind of thing. So, met this guy online, and it was one of the dating sites that a lot of people are familiar with. This was a while ago, so it was plenty of fish. That says enough in itself. Plenty of fish in the sea. But anyway, um, nice gentleman. I say that about all of them. And at some point, he had asked me out. And you know me, I go to public places where there are actual people at. So to say, I've gone to a public place and there's no one there but you and him, then you may as well have gone to his home. But let me stay on track here. So the first date was really a nice one. And just to let you know, like sometimes when I'm doing dates, my purpose is to get to meet the person, see what they look like, how they speak, and how they talk. So it's not necessary for the gentleman to always pay for all of these first dates. I mean, we can do, go Dutch, where he's paying for his and I'm paying for mine. But this guy did not want to do that. He said no, he wanted it to be a real date and that kind of thing, which is fine. I mean, but I just want them to know up front that I'm not looking to get a free meal from everyone that I meet on these online dating sites. Well, I don't know why I was doing that. This, we've gone out to a nice restaurant, had a very good time. I enjoyed the entire night. We both laughed. We talked about different experiences that we'd had and that kind of thing. So at this particular date, he actually asked if I would be willing to, see him again. And I was, I was up for that. And so he said he would like for me to visit him at his home and he wanted to cook dinner for me. I like cooking dinner for people as well. So when people say that they would like to do that for me, I'm okay. So, towards the end of the night, he had given me his address and, said, and we set a date and time and all of that. Now, you guys are probably going to wonder why is she always meeting these guys that don't live in her same city? I mean, they're not that far away. It's like maybe a half hour, 40 minutes, but I'm like, okay, it is what it is. So, and I would have to drive to his house. It's not like he's going to pick me up and take me out to his house. But I do that anyway. I always drive and make sure I have my own transportation, that kind of thing. Well, when I got to his home, and beautiful home, you know, just nice, really nice. And I get there, and he welcomes me in, and we sit down for a few moments, and then he says, I we need to get ready to go shopping for dinner. Now, you guys have not learned this about me yet, but I'm about to tell it to you now. I hate, I actually hate to use the word hate, but in this case, I hate shopping. I try to avoid it at all costs, but let me explain. After I was divorced and had my three daughters, yeah, you know, I will have to be the one to do the shopping. So for 18, well, no, because I had three daughters, so it would be 18. Then the other one had to turn 18, and then the third one 18. So about 22 years, I'm the one that's doing the shopping, whether it's clothes shopping, food shopping, shoes shopping, grocery. I hate it. I I just never liked it. So I guess I probably did not let him know that because, again, when someone invites me over for dinner, I'm not thinking we're going to have to go shopping to get the stuff. I'm thinking you're inviting me. You've already cooked it, and the meal is almost ready. That was not the case. So And I don't, like I said, I don't get, I'm not full of drama. I wasn't going to be all upset and say, I hate shopping. I should have told you I hate shopping. I was like, okay, it's no big deal. And I said, but that's interesting. I said, you waited for me to get here so we can go shopping together? And he said, yes, I think that would really be nice. We can look at the foods and I shouldn't be laughing because some people may think that's, sweet and romantic and intimate. For me, it's shopping, okay? But okay. So we did. We went shopping and he bought, of course, all fresh ingredients and everything, and was telling me how what he was going to make and how he would make it and the seasonings he would use and all of that. So it wasn't such a bad idea. I mean, it wasn't such a bad trip. You know, it's not like I'm in a hurry to go shopping and the lines are long or anything like that. It was nice. So we got back to his house and he did make a delicious dinner. So let me stop being silly here. It was very, very good. And he actually had a dessert that he had made earlier, so he pulled that out after we were done eating, and that was really good as well. So I was like, okay, this guy can really throw down. And so I enjoyed it. We had a really good night and everything. We talked for a bit, and after it got, late into the evening, I said, I needed to prepare to get home to go home, so that was fine. So I did that, and then we still continued to talk, of course, and text and do that kind of thing. And he had asked me out again, and he said he had watched some kind of Food Network show, and he had some meal that he wanted to try with me, and that he hadn't tried it yet, but he was thinking it would be a really good meal for us. So I was like, oh, okay. I don't want all of my dates to be food dates, but okay. So get there to his place, and this guy says, we have to go shopping. Now you have to understand something. The first time, I said I wasn't a drama queen or anything like that, but I did mention to him during that first one that, I really don't like shopping. It's not something I look forward to, and I prefer, not to do it. And he seemed to understand that message. But then when I get there for the second day and you tell me we have to go shopping again, it, it's not going to be, the evening is not going to end well. Okay. But he, didn't live near me or anything. So I was like, okay, let's just go to the store again. And it's evidently he thinks this is something really nice to do with this date. And I get it. But it's like, you don't take someone hiking that doesn't like to hike either twice. But okay. So went through that whole rigmarole, going shopping, getting the fresh ingredients. He's telling me how he's going to make this meal and everything. And I should say too that when the first time that I was there, I helped him out in the kitchen and everything. So like if he needed me to wash something or peel something, I would offer my services for that. So we kind of really were in the kitchen together, but he really was the main chef for the night. And it was the same with this one. So it was nice. Well, as you know, in my life, it's never anything normal. So we ate, and I think we had some champagne or some wine or something that night. And if you remember or know me well by now, I don't do more than one drink, especially if I'm in the company of the opposite sex or a first date or getting to know someone, because I need to keep my bearings about me. So plus, I was going to be driving back home, so it's like can't drink too much and be driving. So we did that, and this date wound up being going into the night like 9:30, and I was like, okay, I need to be getting home now, and started to yawn. And so he said, "Are you sure you want to get on the road?" He said, "You probably should, wait a while." I want to say just one glass of wine or one glass of champagne. I don't remember. I might have had maybe I had two. Maybe that's why I was yawning. I don't know. So I said, yeah, if you don't mind, I would like to just take a quick nap. So that way, when I get on the roll, I'm alert and got my bearings about me. So he said, okay. And, and I get this because I'm the same way. I do not like people sleeping on my couch. The couch is for sitting, a bed is for sleeping. So he said, do you want to, lie down in the bed for a half hour, 45 minutes? So I said, okay, yeah, what the hell? It's not like I'm taking off my clothes or doing anything like that. So I did that. I chose to do that. And um, you know, how you fall asleep and you're in a comfortable place that bad. So I think I took like longer. I know I took a longer nap than I had planned because I wake up and it's like midnight. This guy is in the bed with me. Hello. But he's fully clothed. I'm fully clothed. I mean, and he wasn't like close to me, but he had laid down as well. So I came up with the bright idea that I'll just get up and sneak. Well, you shouldn't use the word sneak, but get up and leave and just let him sleep because it is his house. And I just said I was going to take a short nap, and he wasn't expecting me to stay the night or anything. So I said, well, that would be fine. So I get up and I go downstairs. I don't know why I'm whispering. I went downstairs and I, got my purse and my keys, and I went out his, you know, this sounds more stupid than I realized. I went out the front door to leave. But this guy, the area that he was in was a really, really nice area. And if you know the city that I'm in, a lot of the really, I mean, it could be a lot, it could be a little, but a lot of houses have like these tall brick walls that surround them, their area, their yard, their lawn, their backyard, and that kind of thing. So I don't, so I didn't go to that. I was like, well, maybe I can go out the side, where the side gate was at, because that's not a brick wall. It's not like I'm um, trained to be in the military. I'm not climbing up brick wall. But the thing that he had on the side was like a wrought iron gate kind of thing, but it was still tall, like I don't know, 7'7", maybe 8 foot tall. So it was much taller than I am. Anyway, I came up with this was long before the Bridesmaids movie ever came out. But you remember that scene in Bridesmaids when she's trying to get out of his house and she climbs over that gate, and as she's on top, he uses some automatic thing and the gate starts to swing open while she's on top of it. Anyway, um, so I thought it can't be that hard, because the wrought iron gates, his had like ledges going, through it. So I was like, if I step on that one and step on that one, I should be able to get over. But in order for me to do that, I said I would have to throw my purse over first because I didn't want to, drop the purse while I'm trying to climb and then I'm halfway over. So I was like, well, let me think about this for a second. So I kind of looked around and I said, I can throw my purse high enough to get over there. But if you do that, you are committed to climb this damn fence. And if you can't do that, then your purse is on the other side of the sidewalk. I mean, shit. So I contemplated that just for a few seconds and I was like, no, because if it doesn't work out, it's not going to work out. So I went back into, um, his home. And I was like, well, nah, I just have to wait for him to wake up. Jeez. So, like, I don't know, half hour later, he woke up and he came down the stairs and he said, hey, is everything okay? And I was like, yeah. I said, I just wanted to take a nap and I'm sorry went to sleep. I said, and I didn't want to wake you up. And he said, oh, no, you could have, awakened me. And I said, well, I didn't want to be rude and I didn't know how long you had laid down or anything. So I didn't want to wake you right up. I said, but I am so sorry. I just need to go home. And so he was fine with that and everything, walking out to my car. And while we were walking, I told him that I tried to, you know, that I was contemplating trying to get over that fence and to get home. And, we had a laugh over that. And then we continued to, talk on the phone and text and that kind of thing. And then he asked me out for a third date. And I was like, do I want to go grocery shopping again? And the answer was no. And so I told him, I said, nah, you really like going to the grocery store, picking up fresh items, which makes sense. I get that part. And doing that with your date. And I said, and I really, uh, I abhor shopping of any kind. Like even today, I don't shop. Now I have, what's it called? DoorDash. And and grocery stores deliver my stuff here because I'm like, if all I have to do is get on my phone and choose what I want, and someone can bring it to my door. You can't beat that. So that's what I do now. But and the guy, and I hated that because he really was. I mean, he was a good guy. He definitely knew how to cook. He was a gentleman. He had a nice home, but I was like, um, I can't do the shopping, okay? Grocery shopping, any kind of shopping. Even when it came to like when I was moving from one apartment to the next, I'm like, do I really have to go and look at all of these different apartments and different houses and all of that? But that was just a quick story that I wanted to share with you guys because I'm thinking about that whole bridesmaid scene and me thinking of actually throwing my purse over that fence. The name of this channel is Life Lessons Learned. And for me, like I said, I wasn't mean about it or anything. I just knew that wasn't something I wanted to pursue because shopping would probably come up quite a bit in that relationship. And it wouldn't be fair for him to always be the only one to do it. But anyway, you have to give and take in some things. So this is Sherry. The um, channel is Life Lessons Learned. And you know my mantra: knowledge is in the knowing, but wisdom is in the doing. And in the doing, the application of a lesson is the learning of it. So once you learn an lesson, unless you're applying it, you really have not learned a thing yet until you keep repeating it. So if you're repeating a lesson, that means you haven't learned it. And you need to be able to see what the lesson is, apply that lesson moving forward, and not make the same mistakes or same errors or avoid some things that you would like to avoid so that you're not in the same place that you were before. Okay, so please subscribe to my channel. Please like my channel and also put some comments there below. I would like to know what some of you people would have done if you were in that situation. Maybe some of you would have scaled the wall. I don't know. Or maybe you would have awakened them and said, hey, it's time for me to leave, and left the right way and not waited for him to wake up or anything. But anyway, that's what I have for that online dating adventure. And I will see you guys on the next round.